SFL Week 14 Sunday afternoon action comes to you live from H-Town, where a loss for the Houston Headhunters sees them eliminated. And if the Louisiana Revolution were to lose, they'd be up a swamp bed with a toothpick as a paddle. Hello, folks. I'm Tyler Falk. Welcome into the broadcast booth. I'm joined alongside the Hall of Famer, Eddie Gage, for company. We've got Stephen Hacker and Axel Raven in the stats truck. And, of course, our SFL Commissioner, Cameron Irvine, is in production. Eddie Gage, take it away. What do you got for us tonight?
SFL Nation, what up, dude? Good to be in the booth with you, Tyler. Talking to both of these head coaches for their respective teams. H-Town, DR Sim, has one objective. OJ Bruin, he's sitting out this contest because of penalties. He has a plan of just running the football down the throats of Louisiana, but guess what? They have the same game plan in mind. Stuff the run, keep 8 men in the box all game, and force the backup quarterback to beat them. Whose game plan shall I hold out? That's why they play this game today.
Louisiana in their all whites, green helmets. Houston with their traditional black tops, gold bottoms, as we are set for kickoff here from Vite Sports Stadium in Houston, Texas. Though it's week 14, it's not the last week of the season. Still 2 weeks of football to go, but playoffs are on the line here today, as here we go from Houston. And here comes the return. Right off from the own end zone, trying to get up through the middle. All the way up to the 28-yard line. That is Mike Twinscrew. And we'll see Tommy Utah take to the field for the first time this afternoon. And in the win last week, he led a stellar end-of-game drive, which set up a go-ahead and game-winning touchdown. He had 2 touchdown passes all told in that game. Looking for more of the same here tonight.
Talked about that last week with Brett. Their offense looked stale for the most part of that game, but when they needed Tommy Utah the most in the fourth quarter, he stepped up and delivered.
Steven has to come down to his arm once again, as it looks like he will be asked to throw here on the first play from scrimmage. Drops back, scanning the field. Deep shot into double coverage, bobbled and nearly corralled by Ziggy Hirona off the carom as we introduce you to the Revolution offense. We mentioned the quarterback, Tommy Utah. Dwayne Salmons and Chris Grant Jr. are the 2 tailbacks. Cameron Collier and Noah Scott are the fullbacks. With Mike Twinscrew, Adam Banks, Ziggy Hironic, then Kingston Ellington at wideout. John Michael Sadov, Levy Lease, and Tyler Gregory at the tight ends, with Ray Lafayette, Sergei Katsalef, Polecats, Odette Pedro, and Ross Napoli on the line, but they could not protect Tommy Utah from Chris Joseph that time. First sack of the ball game.
First sack of the ball game, and Houston brought a zone blitz, and it was not picked up. They decided late to check down to it. Louisiana did not pick up on it, and just like that, it's now 3rd and 19.
Third downs have been a problem for the Revolution offense all season long. Converting just under 50%, 47% of third downs. Utah stepping up in the pocket. Uncorks this one, nearly hauled in near the 46-yard line. That was intended for Adam Banks. Great coverage from Brady Clark, the free safety, and it's a quick 3-and-out forced by this Headhunter defense.
Quick 3-and-out, but Tommy Utah had all day to survey the defense, and for a moment there, it looked like he was about to pull a rabbit out of his hat and pick up a first down.
And so it's Vita Lee back to punt near her own 3-yard line, and that one is away. Good punt from Lee, and here comes DR Sim on the return, breaking tackles. DR Sim through the middle. He will go all the way for an opening score on special teams for DR Sim.
First play from scrimmage for Houston, and knowing that their quarterback, OJ Bruin, is sitting out this game, they know it's going to take an effort from all of us. And DR Sim steps up. We saw Mike St. Green go a touchdown on a punt return last week. DR Sim returns the favor this week on a kick return touchdown.
Get this, Eddie Gage. First punt return touchdown for the 19-season vet DR Sim of his career. Puts Houston up 6-0 here at home against the Revolution.
Never too late to add onto this Hall of Fame resume.
Snap spot, the kick is up from Sonny J, and that one is good. as the Headhunters solidify a 7-point advantage within the opening 2 minutes of this contest. And now it's up to the defense again to force yet another stop. And here we go. Here comes Twinscrew on the return, trying to barrel forward. Gets all the way up to the 28-yard line. It was a 68-yard punt return touchdown for DR Sim. Now it's up to this Louisiana offense to get back on the horse quickly. And just like last week, get going, get something going. Don't be stagnant like you were for the first 3 quarters.
Absolutely, and looking out throughout this stadium, don't tell these fans it's not a big game. I don't see an empty seat in a house, Tyler.
It's a loud house here at Vibe Sports Stadium, and they're already giving Utah all the pressure in the world with their intensity as they pitch it out near side, as tailback Sam has tried to make heads or tails of that run, gets a couple, as we introduce you to the rest of that Headhunter defense. Chris Joseph, Denzel Maverick, Anthony Stover, and KT Slayer are the defensive linemen, with Garrett Evans, Chris Britton III, and Jason Peace at linebacker. John Barnhart, Kai Cash are the quarterbacks, with Alan Ingram III, Blake Bryan, Guy Incognito, and Brady Clark all at safety. And that run up the gut, one for a minimal gain, as that one also is stood up, and it brings up 3rd down.
One of the things that head coach DeMond Simeon brought up pre-game was the fact that Tommy Utah had 13 interceptions coming into this game. He plans on bringing a lot of pressure in passing situations, and we saw it right there.
Utah will look to throw here on 3rd down, looking left side. Caught! A beautiful grab by Kingston Ellington to flip the field, and that's the first down of the ball game for the Revolution.
And here on this passing down, Houston only brought four defensive linemen, and Tommy Utah had all the time he needed. And you can see that's a total mismatch right there. A linebacker trying to cover the receiving for Louisiana. That's a mismatch all day, every day.
Great touch on the football from Utah to get it in there, as that one goes for 27 yards. Utah will look to throw here on 1st down. Middle, bit too high for the tight end, John Michael Sudduth, nearly intercepted by that secondary.
Very hard to throw over the outstretched arms of John Michael Sudduth, but yet Tommy Utah did, understandably so. Not sure why, because he had a very clean pocket.
Back to the line they come here on 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Time look out of the Houston defense. They only send 4. Utah with time, looking left side, caught on the run. Good catch and run from Adam Banks inside the 20. They march into the red zone.
4-1 cover 12 defense, and it's a gift and a curse because you're not going to give up the big play, but those intermediate routes down the middle of the field tend to be wide open, and there's his perfect example of it right here.
Nice little shallow post route, just cutting behind the linebackers in coverage, and Utah with great patience to eventually find Banks across the middle. Sees them move the down marker back to 1 again, here from the 19-yard line. Looking to answer the punt return touchdown with an offensive touchdown of their own. A 5-yard pickup here for Salmons on the ground.
Louisiana loves to run the football, Tyler. They come into this game top 5 in rushing attempts, and they like to get both of their tailbacks involved.
2 of the highest paid tailbacks in league history of this new era. They try to use them as much as possible. Who else they use? They use the fullback up the middle. Cameron Collier, 1st and goal, Revolution.
Just the way Houston likes it. Slow, methodical downfield, stay ahead of the chain, stay in manageable 2nd and 3rd down situations so they can continue to feed these running backs and even throwing some occasional play action passes off of it.
Utah looking to throw again, stepping up, has time, just dumps it off for Twinscrew, who takes it and runs up the middle, who's taken down by Jason Peace, the middle linebacker. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
I like that decision by Tommy Utah because there was no one open down the field in the end zone, so he checks it off to Twinscrew and makes it a more manageable situation.
Utah was 0 of 2 passing the football to begin the game. He is On this drive alone, he's 3 of 4. Second and goal, they might trust the run. They go fullback dive. Collier with a Superman dive from the 3-yard line. Punches the ticket for Louisiana. And we got a tie ball game again.
Cameron Collier, one of the best fullbacks in the SFL, in my opinion. Mano a mano against Jason Peace. Up the A-gap, only one man can win. And I thought for a moment that Jason Peace had him, but the crown of the helmet of Cameron Collier just hit him right in the square of the chest and propels himself into the end zone.
And this, we got a good one brewing here. Extra point is up and good from Boudreaux. And it's 7 apiece here at H-Town. Just over halfway to go in this first quarter of play. And strap yourselves in, because the scoring continues like this. We're in for a good one, as we might be able to see for the first time today the Houston offense. Unless this man right here makes another special teams play. DR Sim spinning, breaking off tackles to the right-hand side. But he's finally taken down at his own 34-yard line. Whew, he was nearly uncorked for another one, Eddie.
For a moment there, Tyler, I thought he was going to go 2 for 2.
Who needs offense at this point, right, Eddie, when you have DR Sim doing special teams plays like this?
I tell you, and whoever the special teams coach is probably looking down there and saying, hey, from now on, just kick the ball out of bounds. We don't want those problems.
Houston is no stranger this season to using a backup quarterback to start a game. They had to go to Baltimore with Shane Matthews, who did pretty well in the loss to Baltimore. Now he's set the task again here at home in a crucial game for the Headhunters. A loss sees them eliminated, and he's going to have a full weight of East Texas on his shoulders. Flip out right side. It is slap on the take and go. And the little halfback dump off goes for 11.
Only Slap's 8th reception this season, so he's not a big part of the offense. But here early on, looks like they plan on getting him a bit more involved.
Take a look again. He's just able to shimmy by the tackle of the outside linebacker, Slyn Shady, there to pick up the extra yards and move the chains. And we'll get you introduced to the Headhunter offense here shortly as they come back to the line here on first down. Offset eye behind Matthews. 2 wideouts for him to possibly throw to. Matthews scanning, but is taken down. Slyn Shady gets his revenge, partnering alongside Chance Wall. It's a double sack for Louisiana.
Yeah, probably going to get credit for half a sack each, as they came out in a bare defense, overloaded the weak side of the field for the offense. And unfortunately for Houston, time ran out in the quarterback, and they got to force a 2nd and 16 situation.
Let's get you caught up with that Headhunter offense quickly. Josh Slapp and Shepard Verkarian are the tailbacks, with Israel Adams, Mike St. Green, and DR Sim at wideout. Randy Pierce, Daisy Pierce, and Tiberius Bovine are the tight ends. And on the line, it's Barry Simeon, Kenny Cook, and Sarah Bergens. 2nd and long. Matthews will look to throw with a blitz all up in his face. Middle. St. Green couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
That's a catch that Mike St. Green has to make. That was a solid throw, considering they brought 6 guys on the blitz. And Mike St. Green in the middle of the field, that's a mismatch. I don't care who's guarding him. He's got to come up with that catch.
And so we have to go again. 3rd and the width of Highway 410 to contend with. George Matthews, as he's back to pass. Looking middle again, one-handed snag, DR Sim. He picks up 14, but not 16. And Houston have a decision to make as they move into Louisiana's side of the midfield.
With the path of this ball, I don't know if it was headed for him or his teammate, Israel Adams, but nonetheless, DR Sim finds himself 2 yards short of the line again. I think that this is the right decision to punt this ball away.
And Sonny J will stand around his own 38-yard line. Twin screw back deep to return for the Revolution. Jay with a solid punt. And Twin screw only able to make a yard up on the return. And no further Ingram there with the tackle. And out comes the Revolution offense. They were able to march down the field, Eddie, with back behind a really solid run game.
It was, but they also threw in a mixture of nice passes as well to keep the defense guessing.
Utah will go under center. With Salmons offset in the backfield, and he'll pitch it out to Salmons, trying to shake it back. Oh, beautiful move. It's a gain of 14 yards up to the 30-yard line.
Chris Braden, it looks like you left something. You left it somewhere around the 15-yard line because, oh my, look at that stutter step there.
He shook him out of his soul, not just his shoes, his soul. All told, officially a 13-yard pitch to Salmons as Chris Grant Jr. checks into the ball game now. Good screw now to left-hand side. Utah will have trips out in that direction. He will look to fire. Middle. Caught on the logo. Out of nowhere, Kingston Ellington hauls it in.
I don't like to call out defensive plays, Tyler, because I tend to get a bad rap from coaches giving their defensive assignments away. But you saw Tommy Utah saw the defense, something that's uniquely called across the league, sent the man in motion and left a one-on-one matchup that it behooved him to take advantage of, and he did so for a first down.
20 yards from Utah to Ellington. And Utah will throw again. Caught. Michael Sutton. He fumbled the football. No. And on the return, they will say he was tapped down as the linebacker, Chris Britton, pulls in the loose football.
Bang, bang play, but I can almost guarantee Houston's going to challenge this because he did not even get both feet down, Tyler.
I'd say Louisiana would challenge this, and indeed, there comes the flag out from Ross Napoli as we will take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com as we go under the hood.
Yeah, we get another look at this, Tyler, but I think, nonetheless, yeah, he's got maybe 1 foot down. This is going to get overturned.
Now, the general manager, Coach Brian Craven, both in agreement that it should not stand. Does the referee agree? A very lengthy explanation, but instead, yes, incomplete pass, Louisiana football still. So it brings up 2nd and 10 from their own 49-yard line. A sigh of relief from the Revolution sideline. They will come out with 3 wide receivers. Ellington again as a down tight end near side. That'll be an interesting matchup to look for as the pitch out for Salmons goes for only 2 yards this time as Kai Cash got a better read on it this time.
That was the same defense that Houston called a moment ago that allowed them to catch that pass for 16 yards down the seam. This time, they decided to run the ball, and they got a host of defenders over there waiting for them.
4 wide receivers as a 5-man rush. Utah gets rid of it in time. Caught at the 37-yard line. Kingston Ellington.
Shout out to Tommy Utah for standing in the pocket as Houston brought the blitz, brought the middle linebacker right at the A-gap, but Tommy Utah had trust in his offensive linemen. They delivered, and he throws a strike downfield to move the chains once again.
Some players get rattled when you have footsteps and bodies falling all around you there, Eddie, but Utah looking poised here on his 3rd drive here in Houston, Texas. Thanks, the man in motion to the slot near side. Utah will look to pass again. As time tries to find Banks, but it's nearly picked off by Al Ingram III.
I don't know how he didn't catch that. That would have been his 2nd interception of the season, but somehow it slips right through both hands.
Gotta wonder if the Revolution are able to make something of this drive. The what ifs, the what could have beens. Offset eye, they go back to the ground game, trying to punch through the middle and having a tough time doing it. It's Salmons, that Houston front 7, just plugging every single hole and not allowing any forward progress.
Yeah, that time they caught him in nickel defense, expecting a soft box, but Houston blitzed the linebacker and gussed that hole up.
Bunch set near side here on 3rd and 10 as Vibe Sports gets loud again. It's a sellout crowd as they know what's at stake. In the final home game of the season, Utah into trouble coverage, incomplete. The headhunter defense comes through. Blake Prine with a deflection, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, that'd have been a difficult pass to complete as he had threw that ball across his body. That's a long throw down the field and across to the other side. Gives the defense plenty of time to get over there and make a play.
Lee from the midfield logo will punt this one away. It's a high punt and will escape out of bounds. That's what we call a coffin corner punt. Goes out of bounds roughly the 16-yard line, Eddie. And it's 1st down for Headhunters right there.
Most teams don't have a punter on their roster, but already here today, a couple times now, Louisiana is showing why they are so valuable.
Out comes Shane Matthews to start only his 2nd drive of the game. He will look to throw, looking middle, caught, 1st down, 11 yards for Israel Adams.
And this time, Louisiana was in a perfect defense. I believe it was cover 4 out of the Bear, and they had their linebacker looking right at the play. Chuck Dees was a veteran in this league. I'm not sure how he missed not knocking that ball away.
Now to go to work from the 27-yard line. Blitz coming. Matthews underneath the stop route. Good 1st down again. Back-to-back 1st down pickups for this Headhunter offense.
You don't see most teams run these hitches and curls. Houston does it a number of times in several different formations, and that's a great example of why. If you're going to come out in a bear front or a zone, deep zone, especially like a cover 3 look, that's going to be open most times.
And I'll tell you what, Eddie, especially for DR Sim to be running a hitch route instead of a go or a deep post is something that even catches us off guard a little bit. Handoff, meanwhile, Slap trying to find some room. Maybe gets 2 before he's taken down, and that'll bring us to the end of the quarter. Tie ball game, 7-7. Here in a playoff-like atmosphere with only 2 weeks to go. Losers either out or in trouble. This is the SFL Week 14. Aerial coverage of today's game is provided by Dags Droneworks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com as we get a live look at some of that beautiful architecture in Houston. And meanwhile, the pass looking for Adams hits his feet. Ball's incomplete. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Eddie Gage. It's 3rd down on its way.
3rd down and 8. We want to try to keep this young quarterback out of these 3rd and long situations because defense tend to dial up exotic blitzes here, but looks like Louisiana's going to be content staying in man.
If they send the middle linebacker in a blitz, no, he stays out in coverage for now. Now comes Matthews in a double coverage, triple coverage. Mike St. Green hauls it in. A little bit of redemption for MSG.
Redemption indeed, as he missed that opportunity earlier to bail out his young quarterback. This time, he's in a one-on-one situation, but look at the defense for Louisiana. They actually had a defender, didn't catch his number, come off of his man as he saw the ball en route, but MSG, he's got Stickum in his hands.
There's a brief note from our aerial photography from Dags Droneworks. That was the Houston Police Memorial. I'd say that's a pretty solid piece of architecture right there. Thank you to Mike Dags as we're back underway here. Flip out near side looking for the Hall of Fame tight end Bovine. He can't haul it in. Let's introduce you while we have a chance to that Revolution defense. Brian Craven, Gary Burney, and Chance Wall, the defensive lineman. Gary Clem, Blake B. Craze, and Slyn Shady are the outside linebackers with Tommy Welbeck-Bussey, Chuck Diesel at middle linebacker. Evan Arthur, Rollman Hood are the corners with Tank Bennett, Nathan Blake, and Dante Grimm at safety. Split backfield, they try and go with a run through the middle, hurling a defender and dragging Tank Bennett with them. For a good gain of about 7 from Josh Slap.
I didn't catch the number, but did you see him jump over one of the defensive tackles? That should have been a gain of about 0, and he turned it into 5.
I think he got over Blake B. Chris, who's actually playing on the line as we see that here now. Not playing linebacker, but maybe a more speedy option at that interior line position. Trying to do a stretch play on third down, not gonna work. Shepard Vakarian could not get past Gary Clem, and it's 4th and 3 from just inside the 35-yard line.
Looks like both of these defenses are starting to settle in, Tyler.
Ball comes down to which offense will be able to crack these tough,
Another good
hard-nosed defense. And this one is going to take, it takes a Louisiana bounce. It looked like it was safely headed for the sideline. Instead, it caroms inside, and Louisiana will start their possession from their own 20.
Unfortunate bounce for Houston fans, and I thought that was going to be one of those coffin corner punts again.
So out comes Tommy Utah and the rest of the Revolution offense. Can they come up with here? They also were able to get close to field goal range, but were just outside of it when their drive stalled. We'll see if fortunes change for them here. 4-man rush, a little bit of stunting action. Pass, middle, twin screw to the 40-yard line. A near 20-yard pickup from the first play of the drive.
Anytime as a receiver you can bail out your quarterback with these bang-bang plays, you know that Houston is in man defense. You also know there's a safety lurking right over the top, so that pass has to be pinpoint accurate. Tommy Utah does just that, and Louisiana moves the chains again.
Indeed, 20 yards from Utah as he now gets back to 50% completion percentage. Pitch out near side, looking for more room to run, and bouncing off the tackles is Grant. He picks up 5.
It's almost unfair when you watch an offense come out with these offsetting backs and throw a toss out there, and they already have leverage, and it's just hard to contain as a defensive unit.
It was a heavy set. Does Houston only send the front 7 in to try and counter this heavy-looking set, as Utah will send Hronek out on the far right side. Fullback dive, Collier. 3 yards on the gain before Incognito takes him down.
Gonna set up a 3rd down and 2.
Third downs in the first quarter for Louisiana. Well, they did okay. They were 2 of 4. What can they do here to start the second quarter? Identical looking formation, identical shift as Hronek again goes to the far side of your picture. This time a traditional handoff. Salmons got only a couple, but not enough. A good stop again from Blake Prine and the rest of the Headhunter defense.
We'll see if they decide to go for it, but right now the quarterback is off the field. They're going to punt this one away. And although Garrett Evans did not make the tackle, he gets credit for that because he's the one who slowed down the running back.
Reno Lee's punt is on its way again. And this one will take a Headhunter bounce all the way back into the end zone, down for another touchback. As we want to remind you that the SFL convention is headed to Baltimore from the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. How poetic it is to say it from the host city of this past year's convention, Eddie, that another solid convention in Houston from South Shore Harbor Resort. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself out there.
I absolutely did, and I already got my flight booked for Baltimore. 5-hour flight.
Well, how about that? Now it's time for me to go ahead and get my flight booked for Baltimore as the pit run left side. Maybe nothing doing, and we get an update. Tank Bennett with that last tack on the last play now passes A.J. Levy for 3rd most all-time in tackles. Tank Bennett, one of the best in the game.
One of the best ever to do it. Gerald Smith plays a lot of cover 3 defense, and that's how he got a lot of those tackles.
Matthews, middle, caught! Somehow, D.R. Sam Houdini in the house.
Bailing out his quarterback. I thought that pass was going to be picked off. Look at this on the replay. How he snatched this out of the air. Wow, that's an impressive catch.
That's going to be our nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K 23. He's been making those retroid nice hands catches in the game throughout his entire career. Tight end look. Matthews looks to throw off his back foot. Oh, it's picked! The ball tumbles into Craven's arms, and he hauls it in for a Louisiana interception.
Now, you want to talk about a retroactive catch of the game? That could be it too, Tyler. Louisiana came on a blitz. I think they forced fire 3 as he had a safety on one side and linebacker coming out the other side. You got 6 guys coming after the quarterback. Ball's got to come out to your hot receiver. OJ's backup did not catch it, and wow, big turnover.
One of the very few defensive line interceptions, 7th career pick for Ryan Craven, as Utah was looking for an underneath route to Adam Banks. That falls incomplete.
That was a big play, Tyler.
Oh, right in the nick of time, and Matthews trying to make a play out of it, but Craven turns this drive and possibly the game on its head if the Revolution can come away with something here.
I'm trying to picture what this defense is because they're scrolling like they're in man, but no one's covering the tight end out to the far side of the field.
Blitz coming. Utah. Middle, caught Banks on the in route to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Tyler, I'm going to have to do some homework on that one because I still don't know what that defense was. Some kind of man, but unless that safety is sitting way back deep, that was kind of confusing.
He had another receiver, that levels concept, had another receiver underneath open who had maybe a bit more space, but still first down for the Revolution as Utah puts them potentially in field goal range for Otis Boudreaux. Utah will look to pass again. Middle, caught, no. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Rocco McLovin.
That's the second time we've seen Blake Prime with a pass breakup of that magnitude. That was a big one. Trying to keep Louisiana from capitalizing off that turnover.
Three wide here for Utah on second down. Blitz coming. Utah has to step up and try and run with it, but he is thrown back. Anthony Stover with a sack for H-Town, and it's 3rd and long.
We've seen Houston dial up this zone blitz look 3 times now, and twice they've gotten sacks out of it.
Second sack of the season for Anthony Stover. His 17th of his career. Sets the Revolution back to their 25-yard line. They need 13 yards for a first down. They only send forward to the Houston defense. Flip out right side for Twinsky, rolling up forward. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and no further. Ingram ushers him outside, and here comes the field goal unit for the Revolution.
I think that was a great decision by Louisiana there because there was nothing open downfield. And I almost think that Jared was coaching the Houston defense because that was a cover 3 weak look out of dime, something you don't see many teams do.
Here comes a 39-yard attempt from the right hash. Snap spot. Kick is up, and that one is good from Otis Boudreaux, who has made now his 16th field goal out of 18 attempts, and he's already hit from along a 50. This one well and truly through the middle and up and good. Louisiana take their first lead of the game, and it's 10-7.
Otis Boudreaux came into this game 6 all-time in field goals made with 217.
And now here comes Houston. They will take a knee. Sim electing to not take this one out, as here comes the offense with 3:29 left to go in this first half, and it's been a fantastic ball game. Jack Stata had the over-under sitting pretty low due to how both these defenses play at 34.5, and Houston's only favored by 2.5, Eddie. This one should remain close the rest of the way. After throwing an interception in the last drive, Matthews sends a man in motion and will hand off left side. Or slap out of one tackle, but not the second one. Nathan Blake with the stop.
Interesting play call there for Louisiana. As you saw, outside linebacker Slim Shady lined up on the line, but he was in a wide 9 stance, well outside of the tackle, and it left that running lane out there nowhere to be found.
High formation as Matthews looking underneath. Incomplete, looking for the tight end Randy Pierce, 3rd down.
That's a tough catch for him to make in traffic. Lucky that ball was not picked off.
Houston 2 of 4 here on 3rd down today. They're 2 of 3 on 3rd downs, with the only misconversion being on that interception. Matthews, St. Green couldn't haul it in, but that time maybe not his fault as Rollerman Hood hoodwinks him and lays him out to stop the pass.
13-season veteran Rollerman Hood, and like Cameron Duty likes to say, he was obliterated.
And out comes the punting unit as Sonny J pulling double duty, both field goal kicker and punter. Stands at his own 8-yard line. And this one's another good one here from Jay, as here comes Twin Screw on the return. He gets it all the way up to the 43-yard line. Been a pretty decent half here, Eddie. Right now, Louisiana's offense, while they have had maybe one more possession than Houston, they seem to be having a pretty decent day throwing the football, as you can see here, with 122 passing yards.
They are. Now they look to add on to this lead, hopefully looking for them to chew up the rest of this clock and go on a half-cent lead with a 2-score lead.
Both teams averaging 4 more yards a play, which, you're staying ahead of the chains. That should equate to a 1st down every time. Louisiana currently leading in that category as Utah finds Twin Screw over the middle for a gain of 6.
Not his most accurate passes. Twin Screw had to look behind him, kind of slow down his momentum. Otherwise, that may have been a 1st down.
High formation here on 2nd and 4. They'll try a run with Salmons through the middle, breaking tackles, dragging defenders with them for extra yardage, and another Louisiana 1st down.
Chewing up the clock. Let's see if they take this to the 2-minute warning, but it looks like they may try to get this pass off.
5 seconds to go. Utah still scanning the field and will not hike it in time. We do hit the 2-minute warning with the Revolution leading by 3. Can they extend it, or will Houston force a stop? You're watching SFL football. 2 minutes to play here in this 1st half from Vipe Sports Stadium in Houston, Texas. Tyler Falk alongside Eddie Gage here in the booth, and a special thanks to Stephen Hacker and Axel Raven in the stats truck, keeping us updated with some pristine stat numbers here today, as Salmons makes a man miss at the 45 and gains 3 up to the 42.
Again, that offset back with 2 receivers over there lead blocking for him. It's hard to contain that responsibly.
2nd down here for the Revolution. They come out with another pitch play, right side for Grant, and Peace with a great tackle. Read that one well and stops the play from exploding.
Yeah, that had a potential to go for a 1st down had Peace not got over there in time.
Now from just inside the 39, they have to get to roughly the 34-yard line to convert here for a 1st down. Utah looking near side, incomplete. Sort of just not quick enough. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication, but the Houston defense again will stop them on 3rd down. Louisiana have not converted a 3rd down this quarter.
Yeah, I believe the clock, and look at Tommy Utah still in the field, Tyler.
And so while the woes on 3rd down may have stopped them for the moment, 4th down is a whole different animal. 5 wide here for Tommy. Looking to throw, looking middle, too high for Adam Banks. Turnover on downs, the Houston defense holds strong.
Yeah, on that previous play, I think the internal clock in Tommy Utah's head went off just a bit too prematurely, and he did not allow the receiver to get over there. This time, the tight coverage, it's a bang-bang play, and Brady Clark, I think that's his 3rd pass breakup of this 1st half.
And so the Headhunter offense will come out for a 1:07 drive. They will get the ball to start the second half. So we could very well see them try and milk this clock for all it's worth. DR Slim now in the slot as rolling is Matthews, firing is Matthews, finding St. Green for a gain of 6, and quickly calling a timeout as the Houston sideline.
And that was very smart by Mike St. Green, coming back to the football, not allowing the defender who had a beat on that ball to pick it off. Comes back to it, gets his body between himself and the football, and prohibits that interception.
Two tight end look here on 2nd and 4. They will look to pass. Matthews for St. Green again. This time, no can do. Another breakup from Hood.
Houston has to find a way to try to extend this drive and put themselves in position to kick at least a field goal to close out this half, try to tie this game up.
3rd and 4 for Houston. Under a minute to play here in the first half. St. Green, the man in motion. Matthews looking middle open is DR Sim. He was left on an island. Not a defender within 5 yards of him. It's an easy first down for Houston.
Easy first down. You're right. There was a defender in the same zip code, let alone within 5 yards of him. That was the easiest completion Houston has made all day.
And so with a little bit of life and one last timeout, they only have one remaining after that call, and they sit just inside the Louisiana 38-yard line. 5-man rush from Louisiana. Pass middle. There is Adams wide open all the way down to the 24-yard line, and back to the line they come. Rolling. Matthews unloads it, looking for a one-handed snag from Randy Pierce, who couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, that pass was thrown just a bit too high, and Randy, he's not a wide receiver. He's a tight end. I'm not sure. There's not too many athletic tight ends that can make that catch.
So here comes the offense again on 2nd down with 36 seconds to go. Matthews, middle, open, Bovine. He's a tight end that can make that catch, and they're inside the 10-yard line.
Absolutely.
And
I like that.
Of a ball from Matthews to stop the clock.
I like that decision. Huddle up, get off solid plays. Remember, you cannot afford a sack. You have one timeout at your disposal, but you're trying to reserve that for the field goal kicker in case you need it for Sonny J.
A field goal does tie it, so you're not really looking for a touchdown, though it would sure be nice to take the lead.
Look at this defense. I don't know what the heck that is.
It's a blitz. Looking back. Oh! Attempted complete. St. Green couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, I don't think that ball was still. I think he just dropped it, Ty. Let's take a look at this.
Off his helmet.
Yeah.
Rollerman, or not Rollerman, Hood. He's over on the other side of the field. That was Evan Arthur in coverage. It now brings up 3rd and goal.
There's not too many times I'm fooled about the coverage, but I didn't know what that defense was, Tyler.
We'll see what happens here as they come out with a dime package on 3rd and goal. Bunch left side, passing into the end zone, incomplete. A whole cluster of bodies was there, and no one got their hands up to it. So Houston might have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, that time, you're right. Man coverage, they're playing press man, so they aren't allowing that free release. Everyone gets jammed up. There's nowhere to go with the football, and Sonny J is going to try to tie this game up.
With 17 seconds, out comes Sonny J for his first field goal attempt of the game. This one should just be more than a chip shot. Jay, who's made 15 of 16 all season, now makes it 16 of 17 and ties up this football game at 10 apiece.
10 apiece with 14 seconds left in the half, and unless Louisiana pulls a rabbit out of their hat and returns the kickoff, we're going to go into the half, knotted at 10, Tyler.
They will send this one deep for a potential return from Louisiana. We'll see if we get any more special teams fireworks. Kicks on its way. No, this will be taken back for a knee by Hronek. And this short possession will start on their own 20-yard line with 13 seconds to go in the half.
Look for that toss.
It's worked a couple of times for the Revolution as Ellington goes in motion to the near side. Here is that toss. Salmons, maybe a yard, no further, and they will let the clock run all the way down to triple zeros. And so we'll head into half the same way we started this game, Eddie. Deadlocked. This time, though, at 10 apiece. And while it's only been a special teams touchdown to see Houston have their only touchdown, they still find themselves still neck and neck with Louisiana.
Still find themselves neck and neck. Neither quarterback has really asserted themselves. The backup for Houston, 10 of 21. Just not really taking advantage of this opportunity to get reps in with the absence of O.J. Bruin. His receivers also failed to bail him out with a couple of those throws that, and particularly Mike St. Green had out in the open field against one-on-one coverage. Louisiana hanging in there with their running game as Tommy Utah also not really looking very good, although he doesn't have any interceptions. 9 of 19 on a day, on the road, trying to get this win in H-Town. Not an easy place to play. Got to get better productivity from him in the second half if they're going to win this game.
And just like the players and staff, we will step aside for a quick break presented by Brakes GPT. Don't go anywhere.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com, as we are set for kickoff here to start the second half. And welcome back to Vipe Sports Stadium. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Eddie Gage. Strap yourselves in. A wild second half is about to commence, starting with a good return from DR Sim all the way up to the 32-yard line. Now, I gotta say, Eddie, well, everyone's, it's gonna take it where to do that. It's a pretty decent ad from Brakes GPT, and everyone's like, oh, Tom Brady! But I'm like, does anyone else notice the pink socks that one of their guys is wearing? I think it takes a real man to wear some pink socks.
I also like how they wear the kid gloves to show you how delicate and precious those items are, Tyler.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 here for Houston after a solid return from DR Sim. Here's Houston's first drive started to run up the gut, but Louisiana having none of it. And just like last week here, partner, the Louisiana defense seems to get tougher as games go along.
They've held Houston to 18 yards rushing in the first half, which is unheard of.
Nine and a half to go. As Matthews looking to pass, double coverage intended for St. Green. Incomplete. Bussy there on the stop, and it's third down. A quick third and down coming up for Houston.
Can't help but notice all the extra attention Mike St. Green is getting on the outside today.
He's been targeted 7 times, has only caught 1 pass.
Yes.
Under center is Matthews. He will roll, looking for a man across his body. St. Green again targeted. Again, Hood denies him. A quick 3-and-out forced by this Revolution defense.
Houston's offense hasn't even been on the field for 30 seconds. Not a way you want to start out the second half.
So Sonny J will punt this one away. From his own 17. Good punt, trying to flip the field, and Twins screw out of one tackle, but cannot break out of tackle number 2. So that is where the Revolution will start their first possession of the half, and it seems like this offense continues to get better, just like their defense continues to get better. They were able to get a touchdown at the end of the first quarter, and then a field goal midway through the second quarter.
Yes, they have, and if they can manage to put up points and with a bit more consistency, then they would definitely have a much better record.
And Salmons through the middle gains 6 yards before he's taken down. And it's this running game which Louisiana tries to predicate themselves on, as we've mentioned earlier here, Eddie, and we'll have to see more of that coming through for this offense to see if they can maintain some momentum. Grant on the give, cuts it back inside and leans forward. First down taken away, Eddie. That indeed was beautiful.
Vision is just something you just cannot teach to a running back. Either you have it or you don't. And on that particular play, Simons, there was nothing there. And normally you see a lot of guys just try to force their way into something that's not there. He cuts it back and picks up a big first down.
Excellent awareness. Sees the down marker, flip back again to 1. As this offense starting to figure things out. Instead, this time, Utah goes down for the second sack of the game. Anthony McFarland tag teaming with KT Slayer.
Every time Houston has brought this zone blitz, they've gotten pressure, and immediate pressure on Tommy Utah. They brought it again here to start the third quarter, and it's provided immediate dividends.
Second sack of the season for Slayer. 42nd of his career. As Utah looking left side, caught on the run, looking for more space, stepping out of bounds after a good chunk play.
Yeah, I like that play. Don't try to get it all back at once. Pick up what you can and try to pick up a first down here in a much more manageable 3rd and 7.
There's Banks on the reception. That went for a gain of 9. 3rd and 7 from the 43. Utah will look to pass, has to get rid of it, trying to find someone in double coverage, looking for Banks again. Incomplete, and the Houston defense holds strong. And if you like this hard school, hard-nosed, no-nonsense defense, like I know you do, Eddie, then you're loving this, how both these defenses are playing right now.
Absolutely, which reminds me, Tyler, how many likes do we have on this game right now?
I don't think it's nearly not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action. And help the channel grow through your support as Sim again looking for punt return touchdown number 2.
For a moment there, Tyler, I thought he was on his way.
Oh my goodness. He breaks out of a combined effort of 4 tackles, then out of an arm tackle, and then finally, the savior of the day was defensive end Jay Williams.
I think after this game, DRSim may be tested for digital PEDs, Tyler.
We've been trying to say that about him and Gabriel Manning of Lexington for so many years. Oh, one day, partners. Pass is nearly picked off Hood, who has just been like white on rice against Mike St. Green all afternoon.
You would think that MSG was on the verge of breaking some all-time record, and Louisiana does not want to be attached as part of that record because they are paying him a lot of attention. Here comes the blitz. They bring in 6.
What backfield blitz coming. Matthews open when they don't look for Sip. There's another man open, and this time it's Israel Adams to flip the field.
And flip the field they do. This time he learns from his previous mistakes and takes advantage of the lighter secondary by getting the ball out quick, finding this man, and hitting his target.
Look at that. 3 receptions on 3 targets while Mike St. Green has 1 reception on 9 targets.
Yes.
Get Adams the ball more, my friends. Run for slap, nothing doing. He is just bottled up and eaten alive in that backfield by Chuck Diesel and company.
And showing his frustration is because their running game hasn't gave them much help the entire ball game.
It's a split back formation for the Headhunter offense. They'll try and run up the middle. A bit better run from the carrion, but he is picked up and thrown to the turf after gaining 3 yards.
For a moment there, I thought this was the WWE because he just got body slammed.
A spine buster.
There you go.
3rd and 7, 4 wide receivers here for Shane Matthews. Play action rollout. Has a little bit of time. A wobbler is nearly caught by Daisy Peace. She can't haul it in, and Houston will punt.
Has to punt, and Slim Shady had a beat on the quarterback, and for a moment there, I was waiting to see if I can hear all the offensive linemen yelling, "Look out!" because he was all over that play.
He would have been evaporated with just the sheer size of the defensive lineman breathing down his neck. And this is going to be a very small return from Mike Twinstrook, the 28-yard line. Al Ingram there on the stop. And here comes the Louisiana offense. It's been a series of punts or turnovers on downs lately, and we need a winner. We will not leave here without a winner, and so these punts have to end, Eddie.
Sooner or later, Tyler.
One of these teams still has playoff hopes after today's game. But who will it be? Handoff left side. Pretty minimal gain for Salmons. 2 officially.
Al Ingram III is a secondary who was lined up at corner, but he plays safety. And he read that run play like a book, closed in, and limited that to a 2-yard gain.
Another run, this time for Grant, nothing doing. Pieces there. Only a 1-yard gain. And it's 3rd down again for the Revolution.
It seems like wherever the ball is at when Houston plays, you can find Jason Peace somewhere nearby every game.
Revolution have not converted a 3rd down since the first quarter, and it will continue here as they are trying to hook up with Hronek. And another 3-and-out forced by this stout Houston defense.
Both defenses continue to stand strong, as you alluded to earlier. It's probably going to be the first team who can make a play to draw some sort of separation that could be the difference in this game.
There's your 3rd down efficiency, telling the story of how well these defenses have played for the better part of this football game. Sim on the return, nothing doing again. Maybe the Achilles heel for DR Sim on return is Jay Williams, another tackle on special teams.
I had a feeling you were going to bring that up. He will not be getting a Christmas card from DR Sim this year.
Absolutely. He's not going to the charity golf event either.
No, not at all.
All right, 1st and 10. Just under halfway to go here in this 3rd quarter. Opposite eye here for Matthews. The backup quarterback in place of the starter, O.J. Bruin, out because of penalties as Slap picks up only a yard. Craven and company there on the stop.
As Axel Raven is saying in the YouTube chat, DR Sim makes it look simple.
Oh, that's so punny. So punny, Axel. two tight ends set here on 2nd down. Oh, Matthews will look to pass. Deep shot. What there, St. Green? It's been a bit, buddy. It's a good gain of 17.
And he's jumping up, super excited about making a play because it's been a long time since we called his name for something congratulatory. But he steps up and makes that play in traffic and moves the chains.
All the way down to the 40-yard line. Make that the 41-yard line officially. Louisiana packing in 8 defenders into the defensive box. As Houston show two tight ends. Heavy blitz coming and getting it rid of quickly. There's that stop route again that Louisiana haven't found an answer for. It's another 1st down for Houston.
Houston all of a sudden find themselves in a little groove here. Their offense trying to get going all of a sudden. There's a hitch route again.
There it is. That's roughly a gain of 12 as they get inside the 30-yard line. They're probably well within range now for Sonny J, who has hit a field goal this season from 51. So this is well within his range.
Well within his range.
As long as they can stay on schedule here and not take a sack. 6 down linemen for Louisiana's defense. As they will send all
Look
6.
out.
And they left someone free. Just what you didn't want. Brian Craven comes through with a sack.
And that might have just knocked Houston outside of field goal range. Luckily for them, it's only second down coming up, but that was a big loss.
What else can Brian Craven do? He's got an interception, now a sack. He has done it all today. Now looking to pitch. It's going to be a rollout. Picking out. And St. Green hose it in. Excellent maneuverability and evasiveness from Shane Matthews. Finds St. Green, who has 2 catches on the drive.
And this time, you're right, Shane Matthews, I thought he was going to get sacked again. He shakes off the tackle, keeps his eyes downfield, finds St. Green. Then St. Green gets help from his receiver there. I think it's Bovine who gets a block. And I thought for a moment there he might have sprung free into the end zone. But nonetheless, Houston moves the chains now inside the SFL red zone.
First and goal, 206 yards for Matthews. And only his second start of his career. Another blitz coming.
Look out. Screen
pay. And slap out of bounds near the 5-yard line. And Matthews, he had alarm bells all ringing around his head.
He sure did. And if Houston would have flipped the field and ran out to the wide side of the field, that's a touchdown.
Now from the 3-yard line. 8 defenders, linebacker shift to the outside, expecting out there, and they guess right. Brian Craven on the stop, a 3-yard loss.
If Louisiana managed to hang on and win this ball game, Craven better get a game ball.
Now from the 5-yard line.
Shotgun.
The first gun look we've seen all game. St. Green, the man in motion, no defenders following him. He might be open here toward the near side. Matthews underneath, bobbled, incomplete.
Wow.
And that's 4th down.
I don't mind the decision because you're throwing to your big tight end in traffic. He's sneaking out of the backfield, thinking that Louisiana may not be paying attention to him, but there's Craven. No, excuse me, not Craven. It's actually Chuck Diesel in the area looking to make a play on the ball.
And that's Randy Pierce, who's tried to make that same catch that he attempted earlier, which also resulted in incompletion. Instead, a 22-yard chip shot for Jay, who's already hit from 25 earlier in the ball game. Snap spot, that one is easily up and through. Houston take the lead. It's our 3rd lead change of this game as Houston move out in front 13-10. Your time is now to get your voice on the call. We are looking for passionate SFL participants to join our broadcast team for the continuation of SFLM Season 9, kicking off October 30th. Please visit simfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and be one of the biggest difference makers in the future of SFL action. Twinstrew on the return, breaks a tackle. He's looking for the edge. Sonny J with the crucial touchdown-saving tackle knocks Twinstrew out of bounds at the 36.
Yeah, you don't want to have your your kicker tackling the receivers or kick returners because that can tend to short up their career. But Sonny J had no problem lowering his pad level and bringing the man down.
Look at that. Houston is caught up. At one point, they were down a possession to Louisiana, but now they find themselves sitting out in front, clearly in passing yards. Matthews has done an excellent job of that today. Meanwhile, his rushing attack from Louisiana has been pretty consistent knowing their game plan, but they'll need a little bit more consistency down by 3 again.
We've seen Louisiana now a few times come out on 1st down, spread the defense out with these bunch looks and run the ball.
seems to just empty out that box and allow for the offensive line to penetrate into the second level. 4-man rush against Utah. Pass. Oh, coverage! Oh, that could have been something. Nearly taken away by Incognito.
Yeah, that hot ball hit him in both hands, and for a moment there, I thought Houston was going to get prime field position, try to extend this lead.
We've only seen one interception, and it was a very unconventional interception. We've had a couple of close calls. But here's the third down play from Utah. Needs to find a white shirt. Looking middle. It is somehow caught inside the 30-yard line. Adam Banks. Oh, what a catch.
Was that Brady Clark who extended both hands out? I thought he was going to pick that ball off, but he somehow misjudges the flight of it, misses it, and Houston picks up a big first down on 3rd long.
They go all the way to Houston's 29-yard line with just a little over 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. 5-man rush, looking middle again, looking for twin screw at the numbers, incomplete.
Every time Houston has brought the blitz, Tommy Utah has not responded well. Either that or his offensive line just could not help him out, and I'm surprised that Houston hasn't blitzed more today.
3 wide with Ellington playing tight end. 5-man rush. Utah with time, looking near side. Oh, he couldn't haul it in, and the hit jars the ball for twin screw, working against Barnhart, and it's 3rd down.
Both secondaries for these teams have really stepped up and provided some bone-jarring hits to knock the ball loose.
Big 3rd down for the Revolution. Utah looks underneath, incomplete. Looking for Ellington on the crosser. Couldn't find him. And that brings up 4th down in Otis Boudreaux range.
Well within Otis Boudreaux's range, and just when Houston thought things were starting to get a bit more comfortable, we're on the verge of a tie ball game.
He hit one earlier this season from 50. This one from 47. It looks good. It is good. 13-13. We are tied again for the 3rd time today.
It did not take Louisiana long at all to march downfield and tie this ball game up once again, Tyler.
Oh, we only got 10 minutes and 12 seconds of regulation, and it's going to be nail-biting throughout. Nothing to separate these two teams at the moment, but we'll need a victor to find out who goes to potentially goes to the postseason. Reminder, Houston loses, they are officially eliminated. Louisiana loses, they could potentially be eliminated with a very poor strength of victory, even if they win next week in the regular season finale. 5-man rush from the Revolution. Matthews looking for Adams, Sim, who had been nearly perfect today, couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, he was kind of backpedaling a bit and was unable to extend himself to pick up that lowly throw. That the ball was thrown low, and unfortunately, he just could not reach down there and pick it up.
In fact, he was perfect. 6 targets, 6 completions. Now 7 targets, 6 completions. 3 seconds to go. This is potentially the final play of the quarter. There's a flag on the play. Pass intended for Sim. I wonder what the call is.
It better not be PI, and it is. That's a terrible call.
That's a tough call. It goes in favor of Houston. Goes against Roland Hood, who is playing such great ball against Mike St. Green. I don't know. Maybe the hand. Maybe just bouncing in front of the hands and knocking the hands aside. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a referee. But that brings us to a close here in the 4th quarter. 13 apiece. Don't go anywhere. Conclusion coming up.
The 4's up.
As we welcome you back to Vipe Sports Stadium in Houston, Texas. Tyler Falk, Eddie Gage on the call. with Stephen Hacker and Axel Raven in the stats truck and Kevin Irvine producing. We welcome you back here for the fourth and final quarter of today's contest. What will happen in the conclusion of this game? Matthews looking into triple coverage for Sim, incomplete. Ill-advised pass falls to the turf.
Ill-advised indeed. Sim never had a shot at that one. Look at that ball wasn't picked off. Bring in 6 again, Tyler.
Again, we've seen Louisiana blitz a whole bunch today. They do it again here. And Matthews can't get rid of it in time! Big old number 99! Chance Wall with a sack, second in as many weeks.
Gotta have a hot route in there for situations such as these, and there was nowhere to go as it was a slow developing play, and he had no choice but to eat that one.
Second sack of the game as well. He's been an absolute tear here to end the season. Matthews again will look to pass. Looking deep down the middle of the field, and Sim can't haul it in. 3 straight incompletions when targeting Sim, and Houston will have to punt.
Yeah, they're starting to put eyes on Sim, and unfortunately for Houston, couldn't have came at a worse time, and now they got to punt this ball away.
And so Sonny J will punt again for Houston. We've seen him a couple of times today. He's done pretty well doing it. This one, his third punt of the half. As Twinster brings it up to the 36-yard line. I want to remind you tomorrow that you should join Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green for another edition of SFL this week at 7:15 p.m. Eastern before the Baltimore Vultures meet the Florida Storm. Before the Florida Storm and Minnesota Legend fight for a top 4 spot and playoff positioning on this week's Monday Night Spectacular. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern with the full Monday Night Spectacular crew right here on SFL YouTube. I formation, offset I formation here for Utah as they look to run with Salmon's right side. Maybe a yard gained for Chris Britton with the stop.
Houston picked a perfect time to dial up a run blitz right up the middle. Linebacker Chris Britton timed it perfectly.
Albuquerque looking to put win number 7 on their inaugural season. Right now they're handling Bossier City pretty well. 21-7 the scoreline there as that game ticks closer to the end of the third quarter. Looking underneath. And it's Ellington for only a yard gain. And Ellington is hurt. He was playing as a tight end all game long, and it takes a toll on one's body to play that physical position, and he will exit the game.
Came in with 56 yards in the day. They're going to miss him.
Now, who steps up? Will it now be more of a traditional tight end? Will JMS, John Michael Sudduth, or Levy Lease or Tyler Gregory step in?
Louisiana 3 of 11 on third down so far this afternoon.
Horonek now playing the up tight end on the left-hand side. Utah looking to pass, middle, Horonek, yes sir, to the 46-yard line of Houston.
And I hope right now Houston is not accusing me of commentator's curse, because we just talked about Louisiana being 3 of 11 on third down. 2 of those third downs came in the first quarter, Tyler. So that's their first one in quite some time, and they couldn't have come at a better time if you're a fan of the Revolution.
Right when you needed it the most, and that's exactly how they got the game-winning drive last week. Now they're gonna have to come through with another go-ahead drive here. Flip out, caught by Banks, who came back for it and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Britton with the tackle, but my goodness, a broken play, at least in our perspective.
Yeah, I thought from that camera angle we got that ball was headed to Chris Grant Jr., but it went right over his head.
3 wide here on second down. 4-man rush from Houston. Utah rolling, has pressure, gets rid of it. Horonek! Off the helmet of the defender! 1st and 10! from inside the 20.
If we get a replay of this from the line of scrimmage, you can see he beat his man right off the line of scrimmage. We will not, but that's unfortunate because he left the defender. I'm not going to say his name. His family might be watching, Tyler, but he left him about 7 yards back, and he was wide open. I was surprised that Tommy didn't throw it to him sooner.
He who shall not be named. Burt to a crisp Utah and get rid of it quickly. Caught. A gain of 5 to Twin Screw.
And now it's Louisiana's turn to play with the football inside the SFL red zone.
Heavy look here from the Revolution. Offense, defense piles in 9 defenders. Collier, the fullback dive, gains 5, and it's first and goal, Revs.
First and goal, just under 7 minutes to play here in the contest. Louisiana has to take advantage of its opportunity.
Three tight end look. Dime package for Houston. Run. Salmon's trying to go through the middle, but Price is there, or Peace is there to stop up Salmons after a minimal gain.
And Houston is very fortunate that Jason Peace made that one-on-one tackle because just before the snap, they shifted their outside linebackers to the outside, anticipating a run, a stretch play perhaps.
O-line defense. They'll try and run with Grant, who goes nowhere. Denzel Maverick with the stop. And it's third goal.
Third and goal, and these Houston Hyena fans should be getting loud because they need that defense to step up just one more time and try to force a field goal attempt.
And Denzel Maverick, who is playing in his final home game before he retires. Pass, right side, caught! Touchdown! Revolution, Adam Banks! Puts Louisiana out in front once again.
And he picked that one out of the sky with a host of Houston Houston Headhunters surrounding him. Watch this replay. He had to jump up and grab this one, Tyler.
Wouldn't matter if there would have been Headhunters and Hyenas there, but what a pretty pass. And Johnny on the spot, Banks, to haul that one in for the touchdown, putting Louisiana up by 6. Drove out to try and make it 7. Snap, spot, kick is up. It is good. Banks gets touchdown number 5. He leads the team in receiving touchdowns. And it's 20-13. Houston have it all to do to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Both teams fighting like they're playing for that final playoff spot.
Sim will not take it out of the back of the end zone. They will start this next drive from the 20. And Houston, who for a better part of this season have had their ups and downs all season long, have not put together back-to-back wins all season, and lost to the Aztecs from Mexico City just last week. In a very tightly knit affair, lost by 1 point. And here they're in a tough scenario once again as Slap gets the first call from scrimmage. It's a run of 4.
A run of 4, man, they needed that productivity because he's been averaging 2.7 yards a carry up to this point.
I formation for the Headhunters. Still plenty of time to keep running their offense as normal, but not if that happens. Gary Clem on the stop at the line of scrimmage.
Biggest third down of the game coming up for Houston. They need to pick up this one.
3 of 11 on third down. 0 of 4 in the second half. This needs to change. It needs to change now. Matthews, St. Green, crossing the 40-yard line. First down, Headhunters.
I'm not sure if you saw it, Tyler, but they had outside linebacker Gary Clem lined up over, there he is right there, over Mike St. Green, providing some coverage underneath, and Mike St. Green ignored him. He saw that and started licking his chops, knowing he's going to win that matchup every time.
You know what that's for? Why Clem was playing in that soft flat is because they've run a whole bunch of curls here today. And now Vakarian with a good head of steam Gets 12 yards and another Houston first down. A beautiful display of open field running.
Believe it or not, Vicarian averages actually 0.1 yards per carry more on the season than Josh Slapp does. You just wonder what kind of productivity they would get out of him if he was the every down back, the first back of the choice for Houston.
He had only just a single yard on the ground before that run.
Yeah.
4-3 look out of the Louisiana defense. Handoff, Slapp, trying to shake and bake. He gets a couple more yards, totaling of 4 before Shady and company take him down. 2nd and 6, under 4 minutes to go in regulation.
Under 4 minutes, and you just wonder how much urgency Houston's going to have. Are they playing for the field goal or are they playing for the win?
Right now, they're coming up in a little bit more of an up-tempo march to the line. Try and go with a run through the middle. Vicarian! A wrecking crew all the way up to the 30-yard line. And back to the ground they come. Right now, they've caught Louisiana a bit flat-footed. Blitz coming, pass underneath. Bobbled and incomplete! Oh, nearly intercepted off of the deflection off the hands of Israel Adams.
Wow, and he was open too, and thank goodness that the defense was more focused on bringing him down than to carry him of the ball off of his chest.
Three wide receivers. Here on 2nd down, Shane Matthews sends DR Sim in motion. DR Sim has not had a completion in quite some time. Looking for St. Green, meanwhile, to the 6-yard line. No, no. He's got 111 yards. 1st and goal. Matthews looking, and it's bobbled and nearly picked by Rollman Hood. A second chance for Hood to come up with an interception today. Both have fallen incomplete.
I know Houston is trying to catch the defense off guard, but you got a backup quarterback in there. Ask him to go in a hurry up. His mind is going a million miles an hour. Slow it down.
Shotgun set for Matthews. He'll have trips off to his left.
Their defense.
Matthews with the blitz coming, looking, and picked! Down the end zone, Louisiana's defense! Again with a crucial takeaway, Tommy Welback Bussey, the 2nd pick of the game, forced by this clutch defense.
The game is not over yet, Tyler, but that was a big one. They brought a 4-4 defense, blitzed the inside linebacker to bring an extra man after the quarterback, and just makes an ill-advised decision into the end zone. Wow.
Tommy Welback Bussey with an interception that changed the script once again. A run for 3 yards. That is Tommy's first interception of the season and career, and what a time to do it.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of a team lining up in shotgun inside the red zone, especially inside the 10. And, that time, just a bad decision. Looking for Bovine, but he was not open.
2nd and 7. Louisiana just trying to escape with a win. They're up by 7. Handoff, middle, Simmons, trying to stay on his feet as long as possible. We close in the final seconds. Louisiana has been the losers more times than not when playing the Houston franchise. Only 3 wins out of the total 8 meetings, and have beaten the Headhunters / Hyenas 3 times on the road. Can they make it number 4 and knock them out of the playoffs? 2 minutes to go from H-Town.
3rd down. Houston's got to have it. I expect a run here, Tyler.
Should expect nothing else. Defense needing a stop. Delayed handoff. Simmons bottled up by Chris Britton. 4th down. Timeout coming. Louisiana will have to punt, and Houston will have maybe one drive to save their season.
The good news about this drive, I know it's so disappointing what just happened, but the good news is they only had to burn 1 timeout, so they have 2 to work with.
Yarsim back to receive the punt to begin the game. He came away with a punt return touchdown, his first of his illustrious career. He tried to make something happen here, looking for the left-hand side, bouncing off a tackle, but finally taken down by Rob Brunette. Best friends with Jay Williams. And now Houston are 61 yards away from pay dirt and tying up this football game.
And if Houston was going to win this game, Yarsim better get a game ball.
What does Shane Matthews, the backup quarterback filling in for O.J. Bruin, have left in his tank?
Cover 12,
he has thrown the ball for more than 250 yards today.
Oh, take that back. It's man defense.
Completed 43% of his passes. Looking middle, caught Israel Adams. They're immediately on the other side of midfield, and they quickly call their second timeout.
And I like what they did right there, putting that man in motion, providing an easier read for the quarterback, because I thought it was cover 12, but it was not. It was actually man, and putting him in motion helped the quarterback figure that out.
I formation. 3 wide. Matthews looking for Adams again. It's knocked aside. A double deflection off of the hands of a couple of Louisiana defenders, Evan Arthur and Sam Addison. And it's second down.
That time they threw it into the teeth of the defense. They came out in the cover 3, and Tank Bennett was headed toward the sideline, so they had to throw it over his head and in front of the corner. That was a hard, difficult throw to make.
Another 3 wide receiver look. 5-man rush from Louisiana. Matthews.
Oh, God!
It's on the run! Inside the 20! Inside the 10! Touchdown! Houston Head-Hunters! One extra point away from another tie ball game! In the nick of time for H-Town!
I'm not sure how, as a corner, you allow Israel Adams to get behind you. You have no safety help as they're playing cover 3, so the single safety high. There is no help over there. It's you against him. Back up. You have no reason to be looking at the quarterback's eyes. You got one job, and that's not to let anyone get behind you. Israel Adams easily gets past them, and Houston is an extra point away from tying this ball game up.
Louisiana still have all 3 timeouts. This game ain't over yet. 1:30 to go in regulation. Snap, spot, kick is up, and we are tied for the 4th time in the game.
Back and forth unfair. You cannot tell me that both these teams know this is essentially a playoff game for both of them.
Get your popcorn. This 1:30 proves to be fascinating. Except for that, Twisker just lazily takes a kneel down in the end zone. Stand by.
Stand by.
All right, Louisiana. You had a go-ahead game-winning drive last week. Tommy, Utah, can you make it 2 weeks in a row? Can you do it again? Hronek near side was the hero of the game last week. Run for Salmons, gaining only 4. Clock will roll. They're looking to take this one to overtime.
No, I don't think so. They only need 3, so they're not in a big hurry here, Tyler. They're trying to make sure they're the last team to possess the ball.
Launch that far side. Run. Grant out of 1, but blown asunder by Jason Peace. And Louisiana will call their first of 3 timeouts.
Now, if I'm Louisiana, I will wait to burn that timeout until after this 3rd down play. See if you can pick up that 1st down before burning that timeout, but we'll see.
Empty backfield.
Wow, empty.
3-2 dime look.
Here comes the zone blitz again.
Possibly coming from Utah's right from his strong side. Indeed, Utah underneath Kai.
Great play.
Clean screw. 1st down and a little bit more. Under a minute to go.
That's how you attack a zone blitz. Throw the ball right where they just came from and make them pay for that decision.
Under 50 seconds to go. Utah hustling his troops back up to the line. 45 seconds to go. Utah will look to throw. 5-man rush. Looking middle into cover.
Oh!
Hronik again! Inside the 50-yard line!
You want to talk about bailing out your quarterback. There is a corner and a safety right there over Ziggy, and he somehow digs deep into his soul and comes up with a clutch catch to move the chains.
Back to the... They only got under 30 seconds to go. They need about 15. Pitch play. Salmons looking for more room inside the 40-yard line. 20 seconds to go. There's the second timeout for the Revolution.
Yeah, we're getting word that they may have an additional timeout right now. Waiting for confirmation on that, but nonetheless, Louisiana in prime field position.
They need about 5 yards. Utah looks to throw over the middle. Packed! Packed! Packed!
Flag!
Face mask!
Oh.
Blake Prine saves Houston inside their own territory with 13 seconds to go.
They're going to call it an incidental face mask, Tyler. I thought that was the 15-yard variety. Look at this. Oh, turn his whole head
gruesome.
around.
That is gruesome from Twin Screw.
Almost broke his neck.
Wow. Still, Houston have one timeout. They have 13 seconds. What would you do?
I'm going to look for D.R. Simmons, say, big man, you a Hall of Famer. Run a 9 route and beat your man and put us in field goal position.
He's at the top of your screen right now. Tight end. AZ piece in motion. Quick pass, middle, Adams in crossing the 45. They're hustling back the line. 7 seconds to go. 6 seconds. They're not in a great position to call a timeout except right now.
Yeah.
They are going to try one more play before the end of regulation, or we'll see either a touchdown or free football. Either way, something exciting is going to happen.
Oh, that's too far for Hail Mary. They're going to run a conventional play. Bunch look.
Final play of regulation. Middle, Adams taken down at the 40-yard line. Time expires in regulation to decide the future of both teams in season 23. We go to overtime.
Wow, what a game, Tyler.
Oh my goodness. It has, both teams have not been able to extend more than a single possession lead in front of either team. It's either been a 3-point lead or a 7-point lead. We've had 4 ties in this game. Nothing to separate them. What will happen in overtime? Who will be the hero? Who will make an impact?
Well, Louisiana get the football first, so they get a chance to strike first.
And if I'm Houston, I'm liking what the defense did. Yes, Louisiana was able to drive, but they threw a back-breaking interception, the only one that Utah has thrown all game long. Prime with the interception. And now here comes the return. Rocco McLovin up to the 27-yard line. Any points ends it. Even a field goal could spell doom.
Tyler, you can cut the electricity in this building with a knife right now.
Everyone's at edge. Everyone in Vipe Sports Stadium right now knows what's at stake. A loss for their hometown, their beloved Headhunters, means, again, heartbreak. Utah, middle, tipped, incomplete, double covered. Good deflection from Incognito.
And for a moment there, Tyler, I thought they had a one-on-one look for Adam Banks. Now, I thought he was going to come with the completion, but, yeah, they got a fingernail on that one.
Just taking a look at the total yards. Louisiana's been able to run more of a balanced offense where Houston has been made to rely on and rely very effectively on backup quarterback. Utah near side. Rhodik to the 47-yard line.
brought the blitz, came to Tommy Utah's backside. He felt the pressure, knew he had to get the ball out of there quick. It's a 5-step drop, but he has just enough time to find Ziggy to pick up that first down.
Cash caught playing the outside when Ziggy had inside leverage. Offset tailback, Utah to throw again. Utah looking middle, caught just outside the 30-yard line. Adam Banks is there.
I know you called it free football, Tyler, but don't tell that to Louisiana, because these players, they aren't hourly employees. They get paid salary. They get a set salary. They aren't here all day. This Louisiana offense is striking, and it looks like the St. Louis Rams from yesteryear.
101 yards for Adam Banks on the game today. Delayed handoff, looking middle.
Smart.
Salmon's got past the 30-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, just like he's been able to get all game long.
And now they are in prime position for Otis Boudreaux to kick a walk-off game-winning field goal. Just got to be smart with the football here. Hold on to it with both hands. Don't make any silly mistakes, and this game is won.
Briscat Jr. dots the I on second down. Looks to run behind his fullback Collier, and Grant rolls for a first down to the 21. Now it's a matter of when.
It's just a matter of when they decide to bring out Otis at this point. They're still going to come out here with Tommy Utah, but probably going to run the ball and just try to set him up for an easier field goal attempt. Watch for the toss play.
Exactly, I was just going to say, look to the near sideline. Aronic goes in motion. They'll have one less wide receiver out there.
And it's in man, so you got to get blocked on the edge or it's over.
He's going to have to counter Adam Banks here. Instead, they're going to look to throw. Utah, middle, packed inside the 5, going back the other way, looking for a spin move to the 28-yard line. Another crucial pick in the red zone.
Oh, it's clipping, so they keep the ball.
It's a block in the back. Houston will survive for a minute longer.
Tyler, they've been drawing up that toss play out of this doubles left set all afternoon long. Why throw the ball in this situation? You're already well within Otis Boudreaux's field goal range. Throw the toss out there, and they're in man coverage. So as long as their left tackle does his job, the receiver does his job, it's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards at minimum. And this game is over, but they decided to throw the ball instead, and Houston once again has life.
Bonkers. This game has gone bonkers. Matthews underneath caught. Bovine, gain of 4.
That's the first time we called Bovine's name in quite some time. That's only his second reception on 5 attempts.
Just to take a look at Matthews' numbers. The touchdown at the end of regulation to send them to overtime. They need another drive. Pitch play, left side, slap, out of a tackle, running upfield, crossing the 25-yard line. A great run from Josh Slap.
That's his best run up the day, Tyler. A pickup of a first down, going to move the chains and get them deep out of their own end.
This is what he can do when he's given time and open space like that.
Make men miss and make them pay.
Brand new set of downs from the 26-yard line. Two wide receivers near side. That's Sim and St. Green. They run the opposite direction with McCarrion, who gets bottled up in the backfield. They'll say he get back to the blue line, the imaginary blue line, second down.
There's a loss of about a half a yard, but they're going to call it 2nd and 10 regardless, and Houston has got to find a way to get it out of their own end.
They'll flip the formation on offense. Matthews changing the play up again. They'll try and run through the middle with Slap. A couple of good blocks. 5-yard pickup. And it brings up third down, a crucial third down here in overtime.
Crucial third down. Albuquerque takes care of business, defeating Boise City 24-13 in our other block. 3rd and 5, Tyler.
Albuquerque ties Minnesota for one of the best starts as an expansion franchise in recent memory. Matthews will roll, unloads, oh, what a catch! First catch of the game for Randy Pierce.
And
First
he jumped
down.
up out of the sky to grab it, Tyler. Houston saw the blitz, rolls out away from it, buys time, finds Jason one-on-one against Gary Clem, and comes up with a big chain-moving reception.
Beyond the 50-yard line, into enemy territory. Near the 48-yard line, Matthews looking left, double coverage, Sim caught it! Down to the 35!
Houston was on the verge of yet another heartbreaking OT loss in back-to-back weeks. And now they have new life given to them from Louisiana off that poor decision to throw the ball when they were well within Otis's range. And now they're trying to take advantage of this field position.
The Al Ingram III interception to potentially set up a game-winning drive. Matthews to throw, caught, Adams to the 27-yard line, an 8-yard gain.
That was a tough throw. Had to get over the linebacker who was running out there to the flat.
Now you gotta wonder, does Houston learn from the mistakes of their counterparts? When will they decide to go for a field goal? Or will it be too little too late? They run with Slap off the right side, inside the 10, and he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. First and goal for Houston.
And if I am head coach Damon Simeon, I do not waste any more time. I'm gonna bring Sonny J onto the field right now and give him a chance to redeem himself from that heartbreaking miss against Mexico City just a week ago. And there he is on the field, Tyler, looking to put this one away.
This to keep the Headhunters season alive in the home season finale in week 14. A 23-yard chip shot from the right hash. Snap spot. Kick is up. And it is good! Houston win! They move to 5-6. Their season might not be over yet.
Not over yet, Tyler. Sonny J redeems himself. The backup quarterback is his first career win. Perhaps that experience he faced in Baltimore gave him the confidence he needed. He had an ugly first half, Tyler, but he redeemed himself mightily come towards the end of that third quarter and into the fourth and overtime, turned himself around, got his confidence going. Tyler, believe it or not, he threw for 379 yards, Shane Matthews did. Easily the best productive game of the Houston season through either quarterback. Although he did have 2 interceptions on this record, Tyler, in that third quarter and late in the fourth, it did not matter because he stepped it up, put all that behind him, and Houston picks up a big win to keep their season playoff hopes alive.
It's heartbreaking Houston, but not for the Headhunters. Louisiana falls to Houston 23-20 in overtime. For Eddie Gage and the rest of the crew, I'm Tyler Falk. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Arizona, I love y'all, man. Yo, I blew it, y'all, this week with the game plan. That's all on me. Now I got to see what happens. We're going to try to hold on to that first top 4 seed, but